Discipline is going to be the ultimate advantage in modern life. If you are a disciplined person, you have the most leverage in life and you're at the ultimate advantage. Modern life makes life real easy and real comfortable. So discipline is going to stick out. Standards have become optional because the way our society is set up, it's hard to truly be down bad. My mom used to always have a joke, even broke people have iPhones. Really being down bad doesn't really happen anymore. We have safety nets in our society. And yes, with the new administration that came in a few years ago, he is changing some things up, and I'm not going to talk about that. But at the end of the day, discipline is very rare. And discipline is optional. It's technically optional because if you're not a disciplined person, you can still survive. But what is rare becomes leverage. The reason why I talk about building the physique, why I talk about building the mindset, why I talk about doing these things is because we want leverage and we want to be rare and we want to separate ourselves from society, from the average people in society. What becomes separation becomes rare, and discipline is the forefront of that. If you could build your discipline, if you could be a disciplined person, you will separate yourself because, like I said before, society doesn't call for you to be disciplined. Society allows for you to be comfortable. You guys ever think about the food access, the access we have to entertainment, the access we have to just being a lazy person? We have access to certain things such as convenience, distractions, social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube. Now, these aren't necessarily distractions in itself if you use them to improve your life and to better your life, if you use them to grow your business, to grow your mind, to figure out what you need to do to build your body, things like that, to build your discipline. Like if you watch this YouTube channel and you this specific YouTube video, but a lot of people they don't use YouTube and TikTok and social media and food for what it's supposed to be used for its purpose, which is to improve your life. Most people use it to escape. Most people, they have bad lives. They have lives that they don't like. They escape using food. Most people have lives that they don't like. They escape using TikTok. They scroll. They don't get on TikTok to educate themselves and to better their life. They get on TikTok to escape from the fact that they're 80 pounds overweight and the fact that they don't like their job or their spouse or their kids. That's what people use TikTok and Instagram for. They don't use YouTube to figure out what they need to do to get their body right and to get their mind right and to level up their income. They use YouTube to find distractions. They use YouTube to get comfortable, to stay comfortable. So when you are disciplined, you are rare and it is the ultimate advantage in life. If you are a disciplined person, you have the foundation, and from that point all you need to do is just figure out what exact steps you need to take to get to where you need to get to, because the discipline is already there, and the discipline is your foundation. No one is going to force structure on you. No one's going to come and save you. People love saying that in the self-improvement space, and it's true. No one's going to come and save you. Nobody's going to force structure on you. Nobody's going to force you to wake up at 5 a.m. Nobody's going to force you to eat the foods that you're supposed to be eating. Nobody's going to force you to make sure that you take care of your health. Nobody's going to force you to make sure that you track your calories. Nobody's going to force you to make sure that you track your finances. Nobody's going to force you to make sure that you're getting in bed on time to get your 8 hours of sleep. Nobody's going to force you to make sure that you're not wasting time scrolling on social media. You have to do this yourself. Now, obviously, you could hire somebody. Like I coach people and I help people do this, and you can have a team around you and people around you that support you. But what I'm saying is, it's not mandatory. It's not. So, because it's not mandatory, discipline has now become optional. The results nowadays are determined by your personal standards. The body that you build, the level of body fat that you will get to, and the type of physique that you have, male or female, will be determined by your personal standards. The type of income that you make, the type of value that you provide to society will be based on your personal standards. The type of mindset that you have, the type of mental fortitude that you have, that will be based on your personal standards. Nobody's going to force you to have a certain mindset. Nobody's going to force you to make a certain amount of money and provide a certain amount of value to society. Nobody's going to force you to be in a certain level of shape. It's all based on your personal standards, which ties back into discipline. Discipline isn't intensity, it's consistency. Discipline is consistency. How consistent are you with the things that you're supposed to be doing? How consistent do you upload content? How consistent do you go to the gym? How consistent do you track your food and eat healthy? How consistently do you get to sleep on time and get your 8 hours of sleep in? Discipline is what's going to allow you to be consistent. Discipline isn't about intensity. Everybody works hard. Like this whole, oh, I'm intense. Oh, like I do all this and I do all that. But how long do you do that for? The person who's intense for one day out of the week has nothing on the person that just shows up and takes care of business 6, 7 days out of the week. They can't compete with them. The discipline is what allows you to separate yourself. The discipline is the ultimate advantage in life, not the intensity, not the fake I work hard type of mentality. The work, the actual discipline. The discipline creates structure. The structure creates systems, and the systems make execution feel automatic. And it removes decision fatigue, something I'm going to continue to talk about, something that I've been helping people avoid decision fatigue. We don't want decision fatigue, guys. I want to make sure that my mic doesn't cross my face. I was going to clip it, but it clipped sideways, so I'm just holding it. We don't want decision fatigue, so we want to make sure that we use our discipline to be able to create structure, and we use our structure to be able to execute and eliminate decision fatigue in total. Something that I've been helping people work with. Confidence isn't a feeling, it's evidence. Everybody talks about getting confidence. You can only get confidence when you start to become able to confide in yourself, and you start to be able to confide in yourself once you start building evidence. And in order to build evidence, you have to have discipline. Everybody likes to avoid discipline. Oh, I just want to be confident. I just want the body. I just want the money. I just want the house. I just want the car. I just want the relationship. Where's your discipline at? Where's the first foundation at? Where's the foundation at? The discipline is what's going to allow you to get the outcomes that you want out of life. The discipline is what's going to allow you to build the structure. The structure is what's going to allow you to be able to do the actions that you're supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis. People ask me how I'm able to do certain things that I do all the time, and I'm disciplined and I'm structured, and I do things a certain way. You could only earn self-trust through repetition, and the repetition comes from discipline. Or excuse me, the repetition comes from consistency, and the consistency comes from discipline. You want the self trust, you want the confidence, you want to walk around with your chest up, your shoulders back, your head held high. You want to walk through life with confidence, you want to be able to confide in yourself. You must be a disciplined person. You must build self trust. You must have structure. This is the key. It's not an accident, guys. None of this is an accident. Everything must be structured. Everything must be done with a purpose. Discipline is the ultimate advantage in life. Discipline gives you the body. Discipline gives you the money. Discipline helps you build those relationships. Discipline gives you a lifestyle. Discipline gives you the different type of lifestyle and the different type of life results that everybody else has in the world. The people who are 80 pounds overweight, 60 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, working jobs that they don't like, in relationships that they don't want, with kids that they don't want. Discipline gives you the opposite of all those things. It is the ultimate advantage in life. If you are disciplined, if you are disciplined, you will be able to figure out what you need to do to get to whatever you want to get to. But it starts with the discipline. Discipline exposes excuses. That's why people don't like discipline. If you had discipline, you wouldn't have excuses. And people love excuses because it gives them relief. Excuses give you relief. You can use excuses. You can say, I'm not where I want to be because of this reason. I'm gonna blame this person. I'm gonna blame this government. I'm gonna blame everybody but myself. But the disciplined man, the disciplined woman knows that it's all up to them. Discipline removes excuses. Most people, they don't want to remove excuses. The excuses keep them comfortable. The excuses help them rationalize why they're not where they want to be in life. So they don't want the discipline. They don't want the work. They want the excuses. They want to be comfortable. People don't want the work. They just want the results. When they can't get the results, when they realize that it's going to take more than what they thought it was going to take, they just hate on everybody else who's getting to it. But the disciplined people, they get what they want out of life. They just get what they want. It's that simple. Discipline is necessary if you want to get to where you want to get to in life. Discipline is the ultimate advantage in life. Discipline is what's going to allow you to get the results that you want out of life. You must have discipline. Discipline creates the calm, it creates the clarity, it creates the structure, it creates the consistency, it creates the self trust, it creates the confidence, it creates the results, and it compounds over time, man. It compounds over time. You'll just look back 2 months, 4 months, 8 months, 12 months, 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, 15 years, and you've built the life that you wanted because of the discipline. Discipline is the ultimate advantage in life. It really is, guys. If you want help building discipline, building structure across your health, your habits, your daily life, you guys can apply to work with me below. My link will be in the description. As always, this is Randall Branch. Discipline is the ultimate advantage in life. See you guys tomorrow.